Hello and welcome to the brand new episode of the Startup Show, which is a proud presentation of AIC SMU TBI Foundation, that is an Atal Incubation Center, Sikkim Nepal University Technology Business Incubation Foundation, located at Majita nearby Rampu. र आजको पनि यस एपिसोडमा हामीले यस्तो स्टार्टअप फाउन्डरलाई निम्ताएका छौँ जसले फेरि पनि हाम्रो जति पनि सिक्किमे समाजमा र जति पनि उहाँको भेन्चर्सहरू जहाँ जहाँ उहाँले खोलिसक्नु भएको छ त्यो सम्पूर्ण एरियाजमा उहाँले पोजिटिभली इम्प्याक्ट गरिरहनु भएको छ आफ्नो अन्टरप्रिनरसिपद्वारा. सो लेडिज एन्ड जेन्टलमेन, आज हामीसँग हुनुहुन्छ दिस अमेजिङली ट्यालेन्टेड फाउन्डर. र फाउन्डरको नाम रहेको छ राजु राई र उहाँको स्टार्टअपको नाम रहेको छ एडभेन्चर जोन, विच इज अ टुरिज्म बेस्ड स्टार्टअप इन सिक्किम. र उहाँको भिजन, गोल, एस्पिरेसन्स, प्रोसेस, सर्कमस्टान्सेस, च्यालेन्जेस र साथै साथ यो रेभेन्यू मोडलमा आज हामी उहाँसँग कुराकानी गर्नेछौँ. सो लेडिज एन्ड जेन्टलमेन, प्रेजेन्टिङ टु यु द फाउन्डर अफ दिस अमेजिङ स्टार्टअप known as the Adventure Zone. The founder himself is joining us today, that is Mr. Raju Rai. So, Mr. Raju, first of all, welcome to the Startup Show.
Thank you.
Let's talk about your startup first, because I already said you own a startup known as Adventure Zone, a tourism-based startup in the state of Sikkim. So, what is it all about? Kaile start garnu bhayo, and then how has been the process so far?
Before, I was explaining about my startup and my company, I was a paragliding pilot, certified independent pilot. So, I was flying since 2008. So then, in between, then I went for my instructor courses and all in 2016-17 year. So then I started this Adventure Zone company. So Adventure Zone, the products and the basically its service is totally it's tourism, but it's adventure tourism. It's basically we are into sports tourism. So and we are till today I'm focused on paragliding. So and right now I'm recently got recognized by the government of Sikkim also, tourism department. My institute got recognized. So I am now focusing more on paragliding training, so that I can train more of youths in not only Sikkim, in Northeast, and if I get the chance, the rest of the world also.
Sounds really interesting, because I had really no idea about it. So since you were a paraglider and you went to paragliding since 2008 onwards, so from paragliding, and I'm sure you have seen the kind of the tourism industry that's really booming in the state of Sikkim and in the entire Northeast as well. So when did you think about the the idea of coming up with a startup and naming it as an Adventure Zone?
Adventure Zone it's like the word itself is catchy.
Yeah,
it's Adventure Zone, like it's a one stop. The thought process was when naming it was it should be a one-stop destination for anybody coming to Sikkim, visiting Sikkim for any adventure. So, but I'm not into this mountaineering, hiking or trekking or camping, which rest of them are doing. So I'm trying to make a niche product, adventure tourism, like mountain biking in the true sense. Like I'm right now I have identified many trailheads, single tracks and downhill tracks. And I have already submitted some reports to the department also, to the department for permission to recce and submit a report. So this kind of or this kind of products I am trying to develop here, so that we can attract a different set of sports person to our state. And paragliding is one of the in Sikkim itself, and the rest of the Northeast states is now following. It's one of the what do you call the most successful capacity building endeavor. for the
right.
Sikkim government.
Okay.
So right now we have around 60 pilots which were trained under the capacity building.
Okay.
Though we went to the some other institute, now I'm proud to say that now we have, like, I am a certified instructor. I got my certification in 2017. Now I have my own school which is recognized by the government of Sikkim, and it's a getting a recognition from the government is one of the best part, because in India normally not all of the institute or any of these are not like they are not recognized, because it's very tough to get the recognition and certification.
This is quite interesting. I feel this is your USP also, because you are basically talking about the adventure tourism and focus more on the paragliding and you're talking of the motorbiking as well.
Mountain biking, yeah, cycling,
Mountain biking, yeah.
basically,
All right. So you're basically more into the adventure zone section. That's why the startup name is an adventure zone.
yeah.
And apart from that, congratulations for being certified by the government of Sikkim as
Thank you.
well. And you run an academy as well now.
Yes, I'm running,
So-
and not only Sikkim, I'm right now working a few projects with the government of Meghalaya and Arunachal. I have already worked. I have trained some training projects are on right now.
Okay. So what is the main motive behind this startup now? I know because you really want to put up the adventure zone or the adventure tourism ahead. But as an entrepreneur, what is the main motive or the primary intention that's in the back of your head when you're doing a startup?
What I can say is, like, I think I differ a little bit, like, when startup means it's all about forming company and getting making it profitable business model kind of thing. I don't know, like, I don't think in that way. What I think is I want to get all the youths, the maximum youths to get trained in these adventure sports. And sports, what happens is, like, in India now sports has become a form of entertainment kind of thing. So it is catching up. So it has not catch up really well. So I want to become the catalyst of that change. That.
But you see a scope for it. It does not catch up well, but you can see a
Yeah,
scope.
definitely. So I want to have the first movers advantage.
Okay, but like when it comes to adventure tourism, Sikkim, when people visit Sikkim, basically, let's not talk about the Northeast, but when we talk about particularly Sikkim, when people come to Sikkim, they basically come for landscape, to see the landscape of the state, and then they come to actually get the the beauty, they experience the beauty of the flora and the fauna. And adventure is something which does not come into the forefront in that level, but how has been in the past few years that you're talking of paragliding, the other adventure tourism. So how has been is there been shift now? People really come to experience adventure in the state?
Yeah, talking about tourism scenario in Sikkim, like 10 years before when I was just studying in tourism, it was more about tours.
Yeah.
Like people
that is
come
what I've
tours.
saw.
No? Still is there, but slightly the focus means the people who are coming for tours, they want some softcore adventure, instant adventure.
All right.
So that's why, like, my company is successful in that way, because we do tandem flights. Tandem means we, if somebody wants to do paragliding, somebody wants to fly in a paraglider, he doesn't have to get trained. So he hasn't get trained. Just come to a company, connect with us. You pay us, and one of our trained pilots, certified trained pilot, will be taking you for a 5 to 10 minutes ride or a half an hour ride. There are many packages, so that's an instant gratification for them. So that's why we are successful in that way commercially.
So you see, see, that is what now the Sikkim tourism has been shifting, not just from of course the tours and the packages is always there for the landscape, flora and the fauna, but now gradually it has been shifting towards the adventure tourism as well. And you have been one of the torchbearers of actually putting up paragliding and all the mountain biking, and also congratulations for that.
you.
And so how has been the response of the tourists though? How has been the flow of the tourists in the past few years after you started the startup?
Yes, I started my my adventure zone. I started in 2014. This the institute I'm just starting on. So since our inception years, the number of tourists which come to us, it's increasing incrementally.
Okay.
Like, it's not about like linear growth. It's incremental.
All right.
And I don't know it's appropriate to see or not, because some there are many days during the peak season times. We have to say no to many of them, because there is like the capacity gets full because of the flight, what you call our quotas. So
Okay.
definitely it's
So
growing.
that means why the capacity get full is not because of the you don't have the kids, but maybe you have a less in numbers of the manpower.
Yes, definitely, because
So
we
are
have.
you now looking at that as an opportunity?
Yeah, that's like in Sikkim, we have the operation is happening only in Gantok.
All right.
And now recently one operator has started in Pelling with very few number of pilots. So the demand and the supply has a very big gap. So if we have more pilots, uh, there is scope, like in Gantok itself and Pelling is very established, more scope to fly more passengers, more like to cater to more number of tourists. And definitely there are other good potential places also in Sikkim where we can like start this paragliding spot, like in South Sikkim, in west number of places we have already recorded, but due to lack of manpower only, we are that is a deterrent right now when we are not starting the operation, the commercial operation.
So now do you see, like, I mean, as you're saying, like there's like the demand, but the supply is less. So you are trying to supply, and there is a scope for an adventure zone, that the startup that you own.
Yes, I have the advantage because I have an institute which is recommended by the government, and I am a certified instructor.
Okay. So where is your institute, right? In Gantok itself?
Yeah, in Gandok itself, but the head office is in Gandok, in Bojogari. But I do training. I can do training in many other places, like any appropriate place with a good wind and the safety standards is there. Then I do the training everywhere.
Okay. When it comes to the training, how many people have you trained so far?
Recently, I just came returned from Shillong. There I trained 10 for the government of Meghalaya. Just the basic one. It was a 6 days training. In Sikkim, I work for this our institute also, IHCA, Indian Himalayan, the institute which we have, the government of Sikkim.
Yeah.
So I'm the guest instructor. So from this side, I have trained at least 50, I think, 50 for on their behalf. And for my own, I have done at least 10 right now.
Okay. So how many, I mean, like under your company, like Adventure Zone that you're talking about, so how many people are engaged with you currently? Maybe like what are the number of opportunities that you've created so far?
In my company right now, I have 7 pilots, 7 tandem pilots, then like 3 receptionists, then 3 drivers, then 2 helpers at the takeoff and 2 at the ground. So,
Okay. So I mean, like, okay, now I can see, I can feel that your, I mean, since the tourism is booming all the time, and then you have been doing absolutely good work, and something, the USP that you're talking about is more about the adventure tourism that you're talking about. So that's something we really look forward to. But COVID hit us in between. There were the challenges for a lot of tourism
that's the sad
stakeholder.
part,
Yeah, that was the sad part. So how did you survive? Because your entire startup is tourism based, and the COVID hit us so hard.
survive means financially, like as a human being, we survive anyhow. But during that COVID time, I got time to upgrade myself. Like look back, ponder things which I overlooked maybe during the other times. So I upgraded myself, updated my knowledge. So I went for a few more like online trainings. So I expanded my knowledge. So that is how I survived. Financially,
There were
it's
challenges.
hard. Yeah, it's hard to.
But since you're also saying that you started a few years back as a company, but you were into paragliding pilot for quite a long time, and now you have a training institute and all. So you are a bootstrap. You don't have any funding as such from anyone. You have been a certified paragliding trainer now. So are you looking for investors when it comes to scaling up? Because do you want to open up your training institute in the country, in the different parts of the country? Are you looking for investors?
Yeah, definitely investors and AIC was very kind enough to inculcate me as one of their
Incubate,
incubate.
yeah.
I got incubated here, and like in that 6 months of training through AIC, my general knowledge, which like it expanded really well. Like I used to think I was successful, and I was thinking I know all kind of things because I was doing well for on my opinion. But then I realized that like no, there were so many things to learn to become a successful entrepreneur, to run a good company and make it profitable.
Yeah.
And the opportunities which I can see through AIC, that's very very immense.
Yeah, we'll talk about that, but like you had the idea, but like the technical aspects and the way as an entrepreneur or a startup one should grow, that is what you learned from the AIC. That is what you're talking about,
Yes,
right?
definitely.
So, anyways, so we'll be winding up the conversation now. So, where do you see yourself in the next few years now? As an adventure, Jone founder, or as a training institute that you run, where do you see yourself in the next few years?
As my adventure zone as a commercial part, I see like my operations expanding in other parts of Sikkim with more and more self-employed pilot, because my pilots are they don't work for me. Actually, they are self-employed because I have a
Okay.
company, but we have a shared basis.
All right,
So like it's not they are on a salary basis.
Okay.
So it's a kind of they become self-employed with me. And as a training institute, in a few years, like I want to see my trainee, at the podium of world championships,
Oh, that's lovely.
Asian championships, because it's like this is a sporting part also. Paragliding is a sports first, and like you can see recently after the Olympics, the craze has happened. No?
Yeah, true.
Neeraj Chopra after winning a javelin, because nobody knew about javelin before, nobody heard about javelin. Everyone knows about javelin, but now Mahindra and Mahindra has made one of the flagship model javelin brand kind of thing.
True.
So we have that potential in paragliding. So that is what I want to like. I visualize myself.
Yeah, you look forward to. Anyway, so before we wind up the conversation, because since you have already said about your startup, the Adventure Zone, you're expert in paragliding, you run a training institute and all, but still, before I wind up this conversation, because you seem to be somebody who has been doing wonderful and marvelous tasks when it comes to this sector. So, what are the achievements and the accolades that you have, achieved so far in terms of paragliding?
In terms of paragliding, like in Gantok itself, there are two flying spots. One is from the Bir-Billing. You can see the way we can see whole mountain range and all.
Yeah.
So that was because I live in Bozogari. So then I thought, why not I fly from there and explore my own village, my own place.
Okay.
So I went there. I did all the test flights. So that is one of the now most sought after tandem flight takeoff side, because Bulbuli, because of the scenery and all. So I don't know, like it may be called an achievement.
That's an achievement, by the way, because you're experiencing and you're risking your life to actually explore and look at the new area.
Then now from there, many pilots are earning their living so from there itself.
Lovely.
And one personal achievement as a sportsman is I climbed a 6,000 meter peak,
Okay.
Mount Sikkim,
Wow.
and I flew.
Oh, that's lovely.
So
So, have you participated in any of the international, the national competitions?
yeah, I do represent India.
Okay, that's lovely.
But frankly talking, that's what why I wanted to have a certified institute was because we are very very far behind from the Europeans
Okay.
because of the technique, the updates and all. And when I go to competition, like I always look my position from down up. So that's a reality, because it's so difficult. Once we go there, then we find we are very very down in our technical aspect. So we have to improve. So I have been to many competitions. I represent India in many, but the results are not worth talking.
That's completely
honestly.
fine. But you have come a long way, and from just being a the paragliding pilot as a Raju Rai, now you are a founder of the startup known as the Adventure Zone.
And another achievement, I can say that I have developed sites in Arunachal Pradesh, which is now very very popular now in Arunachal Pradesh. Then recently, I have recorded and identified many sites in Meghalaya for the Meghalaya tourism. So that will definitely in 2 years we'll have local pilots from there also, and definitely Northeast is shining.
Absolutely, and you're one of the stars that actually going to
Thank
shine
you.
in terms of tourism. So before we wind up again, I wanted to end up with the last question, but Since you are from Sikkim and you have been into adventure tourism for quite a long time right now, and since we talk about the unemployment issues, so but you didn't choose to get into the public sector, but you rather thought about getting into tourism, start up your own venture, and then explore entrepreneurship and go for a learning on the AIC SME right now. So why entrepreneurship? You know, what would be your message and why entrepreneurship? That is what we wanted to know.
Entrepreneurship, before I realized this word entrepreneurship, but like it was being on your own kind of thing, having no boss. That's the typical answer. And another thing is, if you on your own, then the growth is very very immense. Like according to your potential, you can grow as much as you can. But if you are working under somebody or some organization or anywhere, like on a salary basis or something, even if you want, maybe the growth gets hampered, your potential gets hampered.
True.
So if you are on your own, like the potential is like.
So what would be your message to the young aspiring entrepreneurs or the youths who might be watching this interview of yours?
Like do what you feel happy, like there is no like a simple formula, like in our like forefathers days, getting a job was the formula of success and all. But right now 21st century and now we are in 2022, like opportunities comes in so many coming in so many ways and in so many variations. It's like, so get updated, actually keep updating yourself. One is technology, I think technology and information, and which is very easy also nowadays because of the internet connectivity and all. And I think the best the formula is, for me it worked, be happy with, do which will make you happy.
Absolutely, and plus that happiness is gonna actually help you to curtail down the unemployment issues as well.
Yeah.
So, anyways, thank you, Mr. Raju, for joining me to the Startup Show. Anyway, जति पनि Sikkim Chronicle को viewers हुनुहुन्छ, actually he is Mr. Raju Rai, the founder of the startup the Adventure Zone, which is basically उहाँको USP रहेको छ adventure tourism अथवा adventure section मा basically paragliding and mountain biking and he has also not just been the the pilot for the paragliding, but he's also a certified trainer for paragliding. He has been training a lot of people around, not just in the state of Sikkim, but also in the other sections, other areas of the northeastern states of India. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, so he's Mr. Raju Rai, the founder of the Startup Adventure Zone. So likewise, we'll be coming up with more episodes in the next show, in fact, of the Startup Show, with few episodes which will be completely there enough to actually inspire and motivate you. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for following the show. And yeah, for more credible news, information and reports, please keep following Sikkim Chronicle. Thank you so much.